Hi everyone, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do another make for the No Digitals Allowed series that I've been doing on Wednesdays. Sorry, I had to stand up for a minute to make sure that I have my mat in the right place and it cast a bad shadow because of where my overhead light is. Okay, so for today, I was going through my stash and trying to find something interesting to use for today's make that was out of some of my vintage ephemera that I've collected, through different estate sales and antique shopping and whatever. And I came across this slide. It's kind of like I guess it was like a free gift from Metropolitan Life Insurance. Kind of like they give calendars or whatever. And what it is it is a value finder, and you throw it in your purse and you take it to the grocery store, or used to, because this would not even be high enough now. And you could, on your canned goods, you could slide this little thing to however many ounces are in the can, and it would tell you the value of that particular food item. So, like if you had a half a pint here in it, and there was 8 ounces in the can, and it was 20 cents, then you could look down here and it'd tell you it's 2.5 cents per ounce. And like I said, the highest this goes is $3. So, I mean, you could still use that probably on some of the smaller items, but when it gets up here to gallons, I mean, you could put $3 up here at a gallon, which I don't know anything that you could get for $3 for a gallon. Maybe water, maybe, but probably not even water. And it would tell you down here, that it's about, see, almost 2 1/3, or that's 2 1/4. So 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I can't even read it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that'd be a quarter. 2 1/4 cents per ounce for a gallon. Somewhere in that nature. Anyway, I thought it was a pretty cool piece. So I thought that it would also make a pretty cool belly band. So I took the back off of it because you can see it's pretty thick. Well, it was twice as thick because it had the back to hold this little, slider piece inside of it. And so I took that off, and I'm going to put the grommets back in because they came out with the back piece. And then I'm going to glue it down on my page like a belly band so that you can still slide it in and out, I hope. So that's my thinking. And then I'm going to make a journal card to go inside. So, the first thing that I want to do is take my little garments here and put them back in, and I hope the holes are going to be big enough that I can get these in here. I may have to make them a little bigger. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. So let's get the crocodile out here. And the little hole punch. So I hope everybody's doing well today. Another warm day here. Remove this. I don't want to punch through the side, but I want to get it as close to the original hole as I can. Now, I didn't have to punch these back in here, and I could have just left the grommets out, but I thought it would be kind of cool just to put them back in there. Can't hold it steady enough to poke the holes. I hate when those little chads get caught down in there. Okay, so now those should fit in there, okay? Yep. So let me switch this around to the small ones. And we'll try to get these set back in here, just so it has more of the original look of it. I couldn't find anything on this that has a year, but with the prices that it's showing per ounce for things, it's pretty old. I mean, just the fact that, you know, you carry it around in your purse at the grocery store kind of dates it, doesn't it? So you don't zip out your phone and look things up. But yeah, I don't see anything that has a date. This printed is also was printed in the USA, so that also kind of shows that it's older. Okay, so there is that back in its, what it looked like originally. Okay, so when we glue this down, we're going to put glue just on the, how am I going to glue this down? I may have to do this. I was going to do it I think what I'm going to have to do, guys, is I think I'm going to have to put at least a piece of paper here, because my thinking was, well, I'll just glue it top and bottom, but I can't do that because then it won't slide. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to put a piece of cardstock back there first. And that's going to add a little bit of bulk back to it, but not bad. And then I can sew, then I can do it across the top and the bottom. So I'm going to glue along the edges on this piece. I'm glad I thought of that before I went to gluing it down, or I would have messed everything up. This is pretty lightweight cardstock though, so excuse me, so even though I am gluing or adding some of the bulk back, it's still not near as much as was there before. Okay. So now I'm going to ink a little bit. Especially where those thumb notches are. Just to knock the white edges off, mainly. The rest of it has enough patina to... And if I'd have known I was going to do that, I would have waited for the grommets. Because now... the holes don't go all the way through. But I don't guess that matters that much. Okay, so now we can put our piece back in here and it will actually work. So it goes like this. All right, so now we have our belly band. All right. Now I am going to make a journal card to go behind the belly band. And I pulled out several pieces to use for that. I've got some S&H green stamps. I've got this ad. This is from a 1960 something Parents magazine, and it's an advertisement for Hormel items, canned items, Spam, Vienna sausages, more beef stew. I just thought it was funny. So I'm going to use that in my background. For the base, I've just cut a piece of cardstock that I feel like will fit, you know, in between there. And then I've got some other pieces that I'm going to pieced together, and I've got this piece of scrapbook paper that I'm going to cover the whole thing with to begin with, before I start collaging any of the other pieces on. Sorry, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze like any second, and I'm trying to fight it off. So if I sound like I'm making weird noise, that's why. Okay, so that should fit there. So I'm going to glue that on there. And I'm about out of glue stick. I hope I have enough to finish this before I run out. Okay, so let's put this on here. Hopefully we can get it on there straight the first time. Alright, so there's my background. And then I picked this card, which is in the newest Tim Holtz set. And I'm going to use her, but I'm going to color her dress green. And I'm doing that just with colored pencils. And I don't know if this one's going to be dark enough. We're going to try. And this would probably work better if I would first go over this with clear gesso, which I may do, because it's really hard because it's kind of a slick surface to get the color pencil to take effect. So I'm going to get my clear gesso, and I use Dana Wakley's brand, just because that's what I found in my local shop. But it is a Ranger product, so I'm sure that they have it in other brands as well. If you have a local art store or scrapbook store or something like that in your area. But I really like this brand. I think it's a good weight, and it is pretty matte, and it dries really quickly. And it gives us the right amount of tooth for me when I'm using other mediums on top. So now, let me dry it real quick. And as you can see, I hope you can see, it takes the glossy completely off. And also, the brush strokes make it look more like a hand-painted kind of deal rather than a photograph, which I think is kind of cool. So now we're going to take the green pencil, and you can see right away that it's going to do a much better job at allowing the pencil to go down onto the photograph. So if you like coloring your paper dolls or your photographs, I would suggest getting some clear gesso and putting that down first. And these are just my really cheap colored pencils. I do have some that are for, you know, doing portraits and stuff that are a lot more expensive than these, but for what I'm doing here, these work just fine, and they're, you know, like a mechanical pencil, which makes them kind of convenient because you don't have to sharpen them with a sharpener. And like I said, for projects like this, you know, they work really well. Where you just want to get some color down. And the thing about using colored pencils for something like this, the reason I prefer it is because you're coloring over something that already has the shading in, the natural shading in from the photograph, and the colored pencil is translucent, then when you go over it with the color, you automatically have your shadowing, and you automatically you know, have your variations in color without having to do anything with your pencil. You can use the same pencil throughout the whole thing, and you're going to get, you know, the color that you want. Okay, so there's that part. Now, let's decide how we're going to put this on here. Now, I don't know if I want this hearty hurry up lunch ideas or if I want to move it up and get the 3 ads. I think I'm going to tear that part off and save that for something else and use just the ads or just this. You know what I'm saying? there's that. And I think I want it to be over here because I'm going to put her on here. I'm going to put the food stamps, the S&H. Well, I guess they are kind of like, I mean, they're not food stamps. Food coupons would be accurate. I guess they did call them food stamps, though, didn't they? S&H green stamps. Maybe. I don't know. I just know my mom used to collect them. And if that's the only ones that are going to show, I'm not going to use that whole strip. But I don't know yet if that's how I want to use them. I may do something like that. Alright, and then I have this milk bottle cap. And I have this label, which this is a Tim Holtz label. It's not a digital one. And then I also have this little pull tab that's just made out of grungy coffee dyed cardstock. Okay, and I was thinking about putting this little pull tab on here on the photo, but I don't know about that either. Could put it what else did I pull out? I have this little thing. That might look kind of cool with a price tag on, I mean a number on it for like a price tag. Okay, let's get some of this glued down. This is from a did I say this already? A 1960 something, 19, '66 Parents magazine. And it has all kinds of advertisements in it, in 60s photos, shoe advertisements, and things like that. So it's kind of a cool magazine. Look at that, hush puppies. So, yeah, I go to this every once in a while for some retro looking ads or pictures. And that was just in a, if I'm not mistaken, we bought a box at a auction, and it was, you know, in where you buy a box lot and it has all kinds of stuff in it. And I think it had a bunch of paper ephemera in it, and that was one of the things that was in it. That and some old maps from that same time period and stuff like that. So yeah, when you go to, if you go to an auction, be sure and check out the junky boxes that they're going to sell as a lot, because sometimes they have really good things in them to use in journals. So I definitely want to see the spam can there. So I think I can move it. Just there. So if I line the outside edge up with about the H, what if I take one of them off? If I take one of them off, I think I'm going to cut one of these off. Tear it off, whatever. Make it one shorter so that I can see the beef stew and the spam. And then I'm going to put it right under where it says spread and under the P. Okay. And the shame about this one is this book was totally full. So there's stamps on the front and the back, which really stinks because that means half of them are not going to be seen. But luckily I have probably 3 or 4 books of the big ones and the little bitty ones that are singles. Okay, so that's going to go there, and then we're going to put her on to this edge. I think I'm going to put the bottle cap there. And put the scrunchie thing on here. Do that first. Okay, and then I'm going to put her on. I'm going to use dark glitter glue for that. Put the milk top on there. Oh, if I put the milk top on right there, you won't be able to. I'm going to move it over a little bit so you can still see the beef stew can. Oh, I forgot to put my label. I bet I can't get it. Oh, I can. I must not have put enough glue, because I can still get it under there. Or at least I didn't put it right up against the edge. Okay. So there's that part. Now, how do I want to address this? I think I'm going to put a piece of old tape. I was trying to get a piece of that the other day, and I was spending all this time trying to get it off, and I couldn't get it off because I had it the wrong way, like the wrong back. I was trying to peel it off the back, in other words, instead of the front. Okay, I need a stamp or something to go there, and I need something to break this line up. So, that isn't it. That is not it. Do I want to hang that on there? No. Do I want to use this? Possibly. I also have this, which is like a $1 token. But if I feel like if I do that, then I'm going to need one more circle. So, what to do, what to do? Oh, I could stamp a price on there. That's what I'll do. You know how I love these stamps. think I'll do it. I'm going to do it in brown or black. Probably black. It fills that space right up, doesn't it? Okay, and what are we going to put on here? Let's see. I'm going to turn behind me. Can I get... These are like, it's math notes, Sampool, Creative Expressions. Or do I want something that says like paid or something like that? Of course, it's going to be the last one. When I'm sitting in my chair, I can reach the stamps that I use most frequently, like with the very tips of my fingers, because they're behind me on a bookshelf. So sometimes it's hard to get them. Not seeing the one I want. Sorry for my reach, and sorry it's taking me so long. My gosh. I think it's in here. think this is it. Yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to put some swatches. Just to kind of crunch it up a little bit. Stick one more down here. Okay, so there's our card. Now that we have that disaster over with, let's put everything in my journal. When I was deciding whether I wanted to make this or not, I kept him on because I really wanted to keep this piece. So what I decided to do is to put it in my personal journal, and that way I can use it and think that I've accomplished something, but I get to keep it. So that's totally selfish on my part, but you know, some pieces I just can't get rid of. So I am going to put it in this journal. And for those of you that have not seen this journal, this is a journal that I purchased from Lorna at Tailor Made Journals, and it is absolutely fabulous. I've already had to extend the spine on it because I was making it so fat working in it that it would no longer, I mean, it was way guttermouth. So I extended the original spine so that I could continue to work in it. And in here is all, when I purchased it from her, authentic ephemera. So it's got lots of receipts and journal pages, and tickets and stamps and all kinds of stuff in it. And I've done several projects in it for several different things. So I'll give you a quick flip through of it. Some of these were for color combos. Some of them were just general collage pieces. Some of them were just, as I'm doing now, working with ephemera that I don't want to get rid of. So, yeah. You can see that the papers in here are amazing. And then all the work that you see in here was done by me. So, using ephemera that she furnished with the journal and also my own ephemera. So, yeah, truly fabulous journal. So, if you have a chance to purchase one from her that's like this, that was an original vintage ledger, I would highly suggest it and tell you that it is well worth what she asked for them. So, and then here's the last signature, which has where we're going to work. But I'll continue to flip through and then we'll come back. And this is my mom and dad, for those of you that did not see this video. But this is my mom. And this is my dad. So, and again, there is a video for this, and there's a picture of my dad's squadron here. And then this poster, because this poster always reminded me of my mom and dad. So that's where that came from. I think this was a color combo, as was this. And these are my little maple seed dragonflies. There's video on how I made those as well. So most of all these makes that are in here, there are videos that you can go back and watch to see how I did them, if you're interested. And this is kind of a tribute to the hubby. His initials are here, and it has kind of tags from things that we've done, places that we've gone. I'm really bad at keeping all the little ticket stubs and stuff, so that's what all these are. Okay, so now on to, I'm going to put it on the screen ledger page. This is going to be the belly band, and again I'm going to glue it at the top and the bottom, and then our journal card is going to slide in, and we're going to be done. I'm going to hold that for a second just because it is a little thicker piece of cardboard. And that's why I didn't worry about so much this being thicker, because this journal's already, you know, got every thick piece of ephemera in it could possibly have. And I probably should wait a minute. There we go. There we go. And so when I do this opposite page over here, it obviously will tie into this page that I just did for this. And that little slidey thing is now permanent in my book. I can't grab it with my nails. But, yeah, I can't grab it. Oh my goodness. But anyway, you saw how it operated. And I think I'm going to use this over here because this is the last one of these that I have. And I'd like to keep one for myself. So I think I'm going to just stick this in here right now so that I remember that I want to use that on the other page. And I'll carry this color theme, you know, over to this page as well. I won't cover a lot of this because this is an original ledger from like 1894. So obviously I don't want to cover all that up. But I will do a little something to tie the colors in so that it looks like it should go together. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed that and enjoyed all my rambling today. And thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate your support. And I will see you guys back tomorrow for I Saw It on Pinterest. Until then, everybody have a great evening. Bye.